Go ahead. Say what you had to say. You wanted to talk junk.
I said Miami needs us.
Oh my Jesus. Anyways, what's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. I am at the airport unexpectedly. So I very much expected to be in Tampa until Saturday. Getting this deal done, taking care of this business. And as my bag chasers already know, we had to pivot. So airport is empty. I'm in a completely different terminal that I've never been in before. I had to book a last minute flight earlier this afternoon just to make sure that we can jump on the plane. And we're heading over into Miami. Yep. Had to switch some flights around, heading over to Miami because we are pivoting and we're doing business, hopefully, in Miami now. So we're going to go there. I got some people over there that said, Anton, you need to get over here ASAP since nothing is happening in Tampa right this very minute. Doesn't mean that Tampa is off the table. Listen, some of y'all don't know what I'm talking about because you're not a part of the Patreon. Make sure you join the Patreon. Link is in the description, as well as pinned to the top of the chat, because we're doing some dope things in there. So right now what we're doing, we're building businesses. I'm funding it. I'm showing them exactly how it is that they can build their brick and mortars, what it takes, all of the obstacles that it goes through, so on and so forth. And we're even going as far as letting them pick the location where it is that they're going to be, right? So if you're not a part of the Patreon, which I drop mastermind sessions, I do live streams, all of the videos and all of the recordings are already up there. We got a phenomenal Discord that's popping up in there. And then more importantly, in addition to that, I'm doing a live meetup in New York in about 10 days, right? So every month I fly over to different places in order to ensure that I connect with my people and I link up with them in person so that they can connect with each other and they can ask me any question that they want. We have a good time, we have drinks, all of that, right? So again, if you're not a part of the Patreon, link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. And then if you need to kick it with me for a personal call, you can email me at antondaniels413@gmail.com or you can also go to my website, antondaniels.com. Click on the email link. It's going to open up your email client, and then you can send me a message from there. But either way, we're building businesses. We're taking care of business. You got Starbucks. You got Payway. Rita likes Payway. You got Starbucks over there, and we catching some of the last flights out of Miami. Beautiful thing is, it only takes us less than an hour to fly from Tampa to Miami because it's a 4-hour drive. Rita was like, "Ooh, let's go on a road trip." I was like, "Ooh, how about we don't go on a road trip and we just catch a quick flight over there if it's one available?" So we found a last minute flight at the time that we could in the slot that was available, and so now we about to jump on a plane. Anyways, the thing that I want to emphasize to you guys right now from a business perspective is you're going to run into situations that's not ideal for you. There's going to be some last minute situations. There's going to be some times you have to pivot. You can plan all you want, and sometimes it's just not going to work out the way that you want it to work out. Life is 10% of what happens to you, 90% of how you react to it, especially from a business perspective. And so you have to tap into not moving emotionally, not getting distracted, not making decisions based off of how you feel at the time, but you have to start making decisions based off of what makes the most sense. Slow way down, get out of your feelings. Stop getting emotional when you're making decisions. Listen, fellas, men, ladies especially. Men, you should already know this, but you make emotional decisions anyway, and then it affects you. Ladies, most of the time, especially when you're in work environments and in corporate America, you'll let your emotions get the best of you so much to where you will sit there and tell somebody what you ain't gonna do, and then you'll undo everything that you was working for all the way up until this point, which then does not work out the best for you. We have to take our emotions out of it. Look how empty this place is. This is how you know we catching the last flights, along with the idea that inflation is killing people. Look, it's only people that's getting off the flights. Never been over into this side in Tampa before, neither here nor there. But I am not tripping. As a matter of fact, I am very much used to, and my expectation is for things to always not necessarily go the way that I wanted it to go which then would allow for me to then capitalize off of the idea that everybody else is under duress and I can make some adjustments. Everybody else moves emotionally. I don't care about that. Only thing I care about is the results. I can slow down, take a step back. I'll even take a loss expecting to absolutely positively kill it, right? It's kind of like a poker player. Poker players a lot of times will spend a little bit of money to get more information so that they can then destroy you throughout the process of you sitting at that poker table. That's the way I look at it, right? Sometimes you got to take a step back. Sometimes you got to take a L. We took a L. Relatively, we didn't take a L because even though the expectation was for us to get this particular thing, it didn't necessarily translate into that. But we pivoted and we're still going forward with the plan. We didn't completely throw everything away. And so now it's going to take us a little bit more time to find the places that we need to find in order to make sure that we get what we want. And it's that simple. It's very much that simple. And so listen, I just want to encourage you. Things may have not necessarily gone the way that you want it to go simply because you wanted it to go that way. Life happens. Sometimes your planes get canceled. Look how big this plane is out there. Sometimes your planes get canceled. Sometimes you pivot and you got to take a flight. Sometimes you got to take a loss and then you sit back for a minute, you recalibrate and you figure out how you can do things differently, and then you move accordingly. The difference between the winners and the losers is that the winners, they're not affected emotionally and they make adjustments according to their circumstances. The losers, they always worried about what everybody else is talking about. They always complaining. They always reacting emotionally. They always letting everything else control their emotions. I don't care nothing about that. The only thing I care about is the results. The only thing you should care about is the results. Stop whining. Stop complaining. Stop making your decisions based off of how you feel. Pivot. Make the adjustment and get to the results. Get to the bags. That's the bag chasers. Bag chasing is literally seeking to become the best version of yourself and getting the results, understanding that everything else come along with it. If you can control your emotions, you can control the money. If you can control the money, then you can become the banker. If you can become the banker, then you make money off the consumers and the people that are business owners and entrepreneurs. It's a little too deep for you. That's Patreon level content. I'm not going to deep dive into that. I just wanted to check in with y'all for a little bit so I can tell you that I love you, I appreciate you, and hopefully I'm always adding value into your life on a daily basis because I want to make sure you guys are successful. All right? I'm heading back over here to kick it with Rita, and we're going to have a good time, and we're going to have some fun in Miami on top of making sure that we take care of business. And this is a business expense. I love you. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Peace.